up.
Shit.
All right, we're live now. There we go.
Oh, no rooster?
All right. After 30
What was
minutes
that
of technical, dramatic sound effect.
Oh, shit. I gotta go.
Why? What happened?
My doorbell rang. I gotta go. What's up?
I also figured out how we could call somebody because I figured out how to do Google Voice through here.
Oh, nice.
So
You booked the call in.
I don't know. I don't have it up right now, but I'm just telling you that is something we could do. But we had all kinds of technical difficulty. Now it sounds good though.
Good.
It's late at night. I just can't laugh too loud. So
Oh yeah, that's the rules.
Well, it's just inconsiderate. I mean, it's a long day for everybody up here in Team Danley headquarters.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
I will be as funny as possible.
That's the thing is, if I was no, you can be funny, be hilarious. Just don't think that you're tanking.
With my one audience viewer.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm also doing radio now again, so that's what I got to do, like a 5-minute bit every week.
Yeah.
And that's like radio, stand up over the phone for an audience of one person.
Is it one guy?
Yeah, just one dude. Morning show guy.
Is he laughing at everything?
Not at everything, but at the right spots. He knows how to do it too. And he's got, actually, it was that's Double T from when I used to do Wake and Bake. And back when it was Stone and Double T. Stone, now it's just Double T.
What happened to Stone?
I don't know. He's went off to another radio station somewhere.
Yeah.
Radio is like one of those other industries, is like comedy, where you wind up working with different people at different times, and it's always these weird changes and mixing and matchings and political business drama that goes on behind the scenes.
And if you don't have this massive audience that commands all these advertising dollars, you're completely dispensable.
Oh, 100%, because anybody else can come in and flap their trap on a microphone, and podcasts have obviously proved that.
Yeah. Just like blogging gives the newspapers.
At the end of the day, it still comes down to, like, do you attract the following? Do you not attract the following? And even if you have a small following, if you can monetize that. It's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on now, internet.
Well, I think one thing.
That's why I love it. I have like my little studio here now with my sound effects and I can hook the phone up through here. I wish we had this back when I was on the road all the time live.
Right? Just go back to the hotel and record shit. God, how much more productive would we have been?
I used to try doing that. I used to try taking apart the amp from the sound system and bringing it into the hotel room and hooking that up into like the phone recorder, and then doing a podcast, and it always came out like way over squelching and ridiculous.
When we were doing
ways. You could just brought a regular old tape recorder and just hit go, just hit play record.
A really good digital one with a good microphone probably would work just fine.
Absolutely.
But yeah, back when we were doing Blake and Bush, that's what I did was because we were doing it live from the bar. So I hooked up the entire sound system so the bar could hear it. Plus it was recording it into the computer, which made for a lot of wires
Yeah. That sounds like that actually sounds really fun too.
It was fun, and it was, I think, a little bit ahead of its time, honestly. I mean, we were doing that in 2013,
Mm-hmm.
um, and now you see, so many live podcasts going on, and that was our goal. We were wanting to attract a following, but it's every other Monday night. It made our guests have to be local. Could never really have like another comic that was in town live.
No, and see that's the thing. Like now with this, like this streaming video, we could do that. It could be both. That's the thing, man. When we get back into like truly live, the way it used to be, whenever that is,
Mm-hmm.
with this technology, and then that, dude, it's gonna be game over. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be game over for the high achievers.
Right. They can put all 10 toes in the water.
That's right. All 10 at once. Fuck everything. Isn't it weird having that fuck everything attitude in your 40s compared to your 20s?
Well, I don't really have that. I just have a new mission, new sights. I don't really have the fuck everything attitude. I have the fatigue of if you mean fuck everything in terms of the topical events that people like to talk about in the social media atmosphere. Yeah, I just have a complete apathy and indifference and disregard and
Well, that's exhaustion.
fatigue from that. But I've always had that. I've never cared. I've actually never cared. I've never cared except when the conversation's been forced upon me for the most part. And then other times when it's just like, um, you're paying attention to something in particular because it is actually a specific story that has something that you're interested in.
Sure.
But I've never really gave a fuck.
No, when I say fuck everything, I say that meaning like when you're in your 20s, you're not as cognizant of the consequences of your risks as you are when you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
It's kind of like riding your bike really fast down a hill when you're 10 versus when you're 25.
Mm-hmm.
You're between 10 and 25, you probably hit a pothole or two and had an accident. So you not so apt to go down that hill so fast. So it's to me it's very refreshing, and it's nice to be able to have that ability to still go down that hill really fast in your 40s.
Right. Yeah, man. Oh,
If that makes sense.
It does make sense. And now you know how to go down the hill, though. You know how to steer the bike.
You know where the fucking pothole is, and you just don't go over it.
You know how to work the brakes.
Mm-hmm. So, have you seen anything lately on the Netflix or on the? My movie just came out on Prime.
What's that?
Today.
What's that?
It's called God's No Mercy. I play a hitman that doesn't really want to be a hitman. He wants to be an Elvis impersonator.
That's the one that you're in.
Yeah.
And that's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. We had the premiere on Friday.
Where did you do that?
It was at Flicks here in Des Moines.
Is that like a beer and brew type place?
Yeah, Flicks Brew House. You can go in and order food and drinks and everything, and watch the movie. So that's where it was, and it was a red carpet event. In a lot of ways, felt a bit waiting for Guffman-ish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the sense
So
that, like, there might be someone here tonight
yeah.
who is
This
a
big
representative.
time director is going to be here.
He's a producer from. He's the producer of Hollywood. Don't tell anybody.
But you know, at the same time, I have an appreciation for production value. And if you want people to take shit seriously, you need to fucking put it on in a serious way.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what art is. I mean, you got to put it out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really, nothing else you can do. But so I know going into it that everybody's going to be suited up, you know, nice dresses, suits, fucking. The main character had a tux on, and I wore my light up Cowboys Christmas sweater.
Nice.
I just turned on the lights.
Yeah. You went the total ironic opposite direction.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I'm. First of all, I wasn't going to feel comfortable wearing a suit or anything like that to that type of event.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's socially distanced
Right.
in a theater.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
So there's 30 to 40 people in here, all spread out all over the place.
Right.
And everybody's all dressed up and shit.
And they're mingling, but you're not really mingling. How do you can't really mingle?
Yeah, until later on when people get enough drinks to not respect social distance.
Yep.
But like, you know, it's hard to. It's not about me not taking the movie or the event or everyone involved with it in their work and all that, because it is hard work. No matter what, if the movie sucks or if it's great, if it's a feature length movie, it takes a lot of fucking work to make. So there's a lot of people that poured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't go in there to not take that serious or dismiss that. Like I'm not wearing that fucking cowboy sweater to make a mockery of the whole thing.
Right.
I'm wearing it to show that I'm not taking myself too seriously.
Oh, right.
You know, like to me, if I show up in that thing wearing a suit, I am taking myself and my acting ability way too seriously.
Right.
And when it comes to acting, I have zero confidence.
See, I might wear the suit because I do have zero confidence in my acting. So I might not ever be in another movie premiere again. So I'm going full balls. Just the same way when I was the ring announcer for 3XW, I wore the tuxedo. Where you didn't have to wear, I didn't have to wear a fucking tuxedo. I couldn't.
No, but you're playing a character in that case, though.
Yeah.
Really.
But I was also like, this could be the only time ever that I'd ever do pro wrestling ring announcements. So I'm going full ball. So I might do that if I did a movie premiere. Then again, I did do a movie premiere, and I just dressed in my usual fucking bullshit JerDog crap. But it was my movie. So.
Yeah, Michael Moore also wears the same clothes at his premieres.
That sweater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking hat.
Right.
Trying to look like he doesn't have any money.
Right. He's 2 donuts away from a wheelchair.
Oh my God. Is he getting bigger?
got to be. I saw him earlier, or a couple weeks ago, like in a clip. You just see those things, but you know.
He's not blowing up like Haley Joel Osment. I got a text from one of my friends that said Haley Joel Osment will whoop your ass.
Yeah, he probably would. He probably knows jujitsu or some shit. So now you go to the movie premiere, and is there like a dinner? Is there a gala? Is this like an invitation only thing? There's everybody socially distanced, but there's booze flowing.
Yeah, but booze flowing in the sense that they're being brought by servers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not a bar everybody's standing around or anything like that. It's within the theater. Like the way that place works is your seats in the theater to watch the movie. It's basically like your table at a restaurant.
Yes.
So you have the server that comes to you and brings you whatever. So after the fact, you know, we kind of after party it, and we ended up just going to the bar next door instead of making it crazy.
Oh,
Which
right.
actually sucked because the guy that financed the movie, well, more or less financed the movie, owns a fucking strip club. So why are we after partying there? There's like
Well,
4 or
maybe
5
there's-
strippers in the fucking movie. They're at the premiere. Like, why aren't we at the strip club after this?
Well, how do you socially distance at the strip club?
Who gives a fuck at that point?
Yeah, well, that's what I know,
right? Fucking COVID's worth of fucking quality lap dance.
Yep.
Especially if like the cast gets a freebie or something. But yeah,
it ain't happening.
Normally an event like that would have had a little more to it, like maybe a cocktail hour, maybe something. But you know, circumstances being what they are, it was just kind of about the movie itself.
Mm-hmm.
People bought a ticket and showed up right before it started. The director went up and said a few words or whatever.
Yeah.
In the movie, and afterwards. We thought we were going to have a Q&A, but we really didn't. The director just had everybody in the movie stand up and kind of went around and talked to everybody and thanked us and said nice things.
Right.
And then we went and had drinks next door for a while.
And are you going to do a lot more movies? Are you going to do more acting?
I've done.
You like doing?
I love it.
Yeah.
But I have no confidence in it. It's really fun. And I know the stuff that I'm going to do is not going to be critically acclaimed or even friend acclaimed. I just figure I get a part and I do the best I can, and no matter what the movie turns out to be to whoever's watching it, hopefully I did a good enough job that I don't look like an idiot, and I've worked on some muscles that will help me as an entertainer. You know,
yeah,
just being in front of a camera, being on a set, and going through that stuff. The more you can do it, the more comfortable you're going to be, and maybe something comes along someday where you get a good opportunity, and
for sure,
you're very relaxed, and you know how everything goes, and you just do your shit, and you end up getting a good part.
Is there a difference in your psychology or the way your comfort level where you're in front of a camera like that, and I imagine it's, you know what I mean,
over the shoulder.
or whatever, like big ass fucking movie camera kind of thing, or it's at least, or are they doing like,
Well, there's always somebody in your eyesight, you know, in your line of sight.
yeah,
There's always a boom mic, a camera, uh, people fucking walking around back there.
yeah, and
You know, who
but like,
knows?
so people are like, oh, I'm not comfortable in front of the camera, right? Or I'm not saying you're saying this, but I hear this. Or they'll go, I'm not comfortable talking in public. I'm not comfortable with public speaking, right?
Uh-huh.
But like right now, we're on camera. Like you got your computer cameras going, right? And people do these Zoom calls and things like this all the time, where there's a lot more people on that in that Zoom call, so they're public speaking, and they're on camera. So I'm wondering if there's like a psychology element to that, it's the laptop camera or the computer camera versus like an actual movie camera with the boom mic, or versus, people can make the distinction between being comfortable enough to speak to the Zoom people, to the rest of the people on the Zoom thing, but like if they were there in person, the way we can do public speaking and do stand up in front of a big crowd, like that freaks them out, but they can public speak virtually.
I think that for the person who says I'm not comfortable on camera, that's your average Joe,
Mm-hmm.
Worker, corporate, whatever. And the reason they can do the Zoom meeting is because it's still a meeting.
Oh, right.
And it's still all people they know. It's no different than doing FaceTime with one of your kids.
Right. Yeah.
But when it's actual art that you're putting out into the world for people to judge,
right,
now you're not comfortable.
Right. That's the distinction.
Yeah.
Not the camera itself.
No.
Not the type of equipment.
No, I don't think it has anything to do. I mean, now granted, nobody's standing there with a huge camera and a boom mic in the middle of your fucking boardroom. But nonetheless,
yeah.
And if that were the case, they'd all be nervous because it's a bigger deal all of a sudden. Someone's filming their meeting. It's not just their meeting.
Right. Then they'll all start acting like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's going to film the meeting. They're either going to start acting or they're going to start trying to shut down and look away.
Yeah. It's a very strange thing to be, and even as an entertainer, we would go on the road and we would bring the video cameras with us, and we would try to film things. We would we're traveling around, we're going all these different places, off the beaten path, hole in the wall, getting in all these misadventures. And we're like, we got to film this, we got to put this out there. People don't believe us when we tell these stories, And you bust out those cameras, and at first it's like you're playing it up. You're trying to get something interesting going. You're doing all kinds of crazy, and then later on you're looking at it like, oh my God, I act like that. Like,
yeah, all of a sudden you're not proud of it.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you go back out and you try it again. You film more stuff and you try to get more comfortable, and
but none of it's natural.
None of it's natural. But you're a good performer. You're a good entertainer, right. Like live. But there was that presence of that camera where it felt like, how is this going to be captured and judged later by people, and how do I need to present myself? And it took a while to go from that, over the top, like trying to put on a persona or a camera friendly type of a vibe, versus settling down into being yourself and still being interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other side of that extreme is that people are like, no, I don't want to be on camera at all. Don't look at me. Like,
well, you're also kind of taking a risk there because you are assuming that you're interesting,
right,
to other people. So there's kind of an arrogance and a narcissism in that.
And the don't look at me.
Yeah.
Because
and people are comfortable. people are more comfortable. Well, they're not comfortable saying, "Hey, look at me."
Right. I
And if
think
their
it
personality
actually.
naturally commands it,
Mm-hmm.
they don't realize it's happening. And then when people call it out, all of a sudden they're uncomfortable with it because they're like, "Fuck, I'm not that kind of asshole."
Right.
I wasn't sitting in the corner going, "No one's paying attention. I better do something." That never fucking happened.
Yeah.
I just fucking was being myself in a situation, and the next thing I knew, there were people paying attention.
Yeah.
I didn't try.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's the thing about like acting in a thing that you know is going to have a finished product that you have no control over.
Mm-hmm.
You're really trusting the director that they know what they're looking for and what they're doing. Because there were like this movie itself, for example, there's scenes where we only did like 2 or 3 takes, and I didn't feel good about any of them. But he was like, "Okay, we got it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Are you sure?" Because none of this felt good at all.
Yeah.
And then I see the finished product, and I see, okay, he got what he was looking for the story he was trying to tell.
Yeah.
And so, like, I might have done a 5-minute scene, all dialogue, but the finished product only has about 10 seconds of that dialogue in it.
Yeah.
And the rest of it's just some music with facial expressions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of those lines you're saying for really no reason. They just need to look authentic in the silent portion of what they're shooting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's to add to the. See, it's a different ball game because the filmmakers have their tricks that even they use on the actors to get out of them what they need that has nothing to do with the acting, like you just exactly like you just described. They need facial expressions, not the words. Or maybe they need the words and they don't care if you sit there looking like a lump on the log because this is going to be a voiceover on another thing later on. This is going to be telling the story, and then they're just going to cut to you every once in a while and show you. They may be all kinds of stuff that like even when we're doing like TV, like when we did first Last Comic Standing and went and stood in line at the Improv in Chicago or at Zany's in Chicago. They weren't auditioning. They were
they were looking for train wrecks.
No, well, they're looking for train wrecks, but they weren't even looking for. In this particular case, they only wanted the line. They didn't audition anybody. They only wanted people to line up under the guise of an audition so they could film that there was a line. They auditioned nobody. Nobody from that line got auditioned, rather. There were people that had already scheduled auditions.
Yeah,
so there was no.
I auditioned.
It's all trickery. It's all fakery.
Yeah. Season 2, I auditioned. The season that John Heffron won.
Yeah.
I auditioned in Nashville at Zany's. And I was in line overnight for 10, 12 hours. And the line was worth the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I made several contacts that enhanced my careers. Or my careers. My career. I made friends. Road dogs like us in different regions, and auditions started at 10 o'clock in the morning. I was there. I was amongst the first 10 to get in.
Really?
And I was there from, I want to say 7, 8 o'clock. I went down with Kevin Fitzgerald. We rented a hotel room.
Yeah.
We drove past Zany's, went and checked into the hotel, sat there for a minute and was like, let's just go get in line. and we sat in freezing rain all night. And it was at least from I want to say from 7 o'clock at night until 10 in the morning we were there. It was freezing rain.
Wow.
It was crazy. But we were in the front of the line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 10 o'clock rolls around the next morning. They come out and they're giving us. They gave the first 10 people a release form to sign. It said, we'll come and get you.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, okay, it's 10 o'clock. Here we go. And then I watched a cab pull up. And some chick gets out of it with all kinds of fancy clothes on. I don't know who she was or anything, but in retrospect, it was probably like the Tennessee Tramp or something.
Yes.
And she gets out of a cab, walks right in.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes later, another cab. John Heffron gets out, walks in. Another cab. 4 or 5 comics just get out of these cabs and walk in. And then they start bringing nuts in.
Right.
I got one joke out of my mouth, and they were like, okay, we've seen enough.
Yep.
So basically, that line, in my case, was about the train wrecks.
Right.
So it's a comic goes up there and tells a real joke right away. They're like, okay, well, that's not going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, we don't need
See you later.
You're serious. We're not looking for serious. We're looking for the wacko.
From that point on, I said, well, I'll never audition for this again unless I have a call time.
Mm-hmm.
And then several years ago, that last season that Craig Robinson hosted, I think the one Felipe Esparza won. Anyway, I got a call time for that one. So I went and did it. But it was completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It was comic-centric.
Mm-hmm.
It was held at the Omaha Funny Bone. They contacted Colleen, the manager, and asked her to fill the roster.
Mm-hmm.
And so she brought in 30 of us. And I mean, when I saw the lineup, I didn't feel like I belonged at all. It was monsters fucking everywhere. And we all got 3 minutes. And so I did my 3 minutes, and I didn't move to the next thing, but it didn't feel like a waste of time.
Yeah. All right. Hey, man, let's wrap up. It's late. I know we had like half-hour technical difficulties, but like I'm kind of at my...
You're at your wits' end?
I'm at my... Yeah. I'm fading fast.
Cool.
Fast. I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. It's a short one. I see you fucking looking upstairs. I keep seeing you going like this and shit.
Yeah.
Like, are the boys wrestling? Somebody just break their neck?
Yeah, there's commotion going on, but it's... Whatever. Who knows? I'm sure it's fine.
All right, cool.
All right.
We'll talk the next couple of days. We'll figure out a couple of those other things.
Yeah. Let me know, my friend.
All right, peace out, everybody.